How was everybody's Martin Luther King Day? Good. Mine sucks every year, same thing. I leave milk cookies out for him. So I recently moved, which is kind of a stressful thing for most people. Not for me really. I kind of like the whole new beginnings aspect of moving. Excuse me. The one thing I do hate though is finding a new barber. Because as you guys know, like when you go to a barber, after like 4 visits, you can just go in there and be like, and he knows like the exact cut, like the top, sideburns, like 210 length, whatever. You're good. You can just walk in there, minimal contact, minimal conversation. I love that. But one time a few years ago, I moved, and I was forced to go to a hair salon. And like that was a little bit of a different like scenario because walked in, like here's the thing. A lot of homophobe. It's not the gay thing. I'm not saying like going to a hair salon if your guy is gay, totally is. I'm not saying that it's gay, I'm just saying like, I'm like paying like $40 for a haircut. Like I pay like $10 and I'm in and out. There at the hair salon you're getting upsold, like, oh, let's do highlights, and let's do like a faux hawk. No, I don't want that. I just want to go in, get my haircut, yeah. So I go and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna do it, so I got this one time, I'm gonna go, whatever. So I go, walk in, my hairstylist's name is Raul. Naturally. And he's like, hey, sit down, sit down, sit down. Puts a little smock on me, and he starts massaging my shoulders. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? Because like, in the 20 years I was going to my barber, we never even made eye contact. Like, we never forget like physical contact. Any contact that was physical was purely incidental. Like, oh shit, I elbowed you in the back of the head, reaching for the clippers, my bad. And I'm like, no, it's cool, man, no problem. Let's stop talking. But like this was like full on. The guy's like very familiar massaging me, and I'm like, and I didn't know what to do. And here's the thing: is like I didn't want to freak out and be like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" Because like if that's like a normal thing, I'm not a salon guy. That could be like what happens in salons. So I don't want to be the guy freaking out and going nuts on this guy if it's his job, So I'm like, all right, keep it cool. Just keep it cool, man. The haircut's gonna be over in like 20 minutes. It's not a big deal. But I guess like Raul could sense there was something amiss. He's like, oh my god, sweetie, you're so intense. And I was like, no fucking way, really? I'm totally not tense. What are you talking about? But he was actually pretty perceptive because I was fucking tense. And then the thing is, the problem is that like I don't know what's gonna happen next. It's like I don't know what's happening, so I'm like, is this a gay thing? Is he hitting on me? Which is like cool, I'm not judging, but like, or was he testing me? Like, is he like, well, I got away with massaging him and he didn't say shit. So maybe just like pull my dick out. Like, I mean, he could have done anything. I would have been like, yeah, man, whatever, it's cool. Like, I was totally paralyzed by the horror of being touched by some strange guy. So, like, the haircut's going on, and I'm like, trying to focus and be like, okay, let's get past it, man. Just fucking internalize, let's just focus, just get past this. And then he starts talking about my haircut, which is like the last thing I want to talk about right now. Because like, lots happened in the last 2 minutes, and I'm like, he's like, oh, so he's like, can I talk to you like some frosted tips? Frosted tips? And I'm like, he's like, let's look at these Cinnaberry highlights. Cinnaberry. I'm not a fruit expert, but I don't think Cinnaberry actually exists in nature. Even though it sounds awesome, like I love cinnamon, love berries, so I'm like, yeah, make that happen. But I'm like, oh my god, and like I don't want to even think about the haircut, but he's just rambling on about it. And at this point, I'm realizing like, when you get like a bad phone call, like somebody calls you up and they're giving you bad news, you're like, you better sit down because I got some bad news. And you feel the color draining from your face. Like I felt that, but not the color of my face. I felt like heterosexuality draining out of me. I was like, oh my god, it's like the only thing that can really like comfort me right now is maybe some Madonna, I guess. Like, listen to Madonna? Cool. Yeah. And then I'm like, and the time came finally, the haircut ended, and he's like, all right, you need it, it's $30, $40, whatever. I have no idea how much it costs. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, it'll be $40. And like, here's me throwing a baseball like normally, right? It's not like a professional, but you'd be like, all right, he like plays baseball, he can like throw the ball. But like, here's me giving him his money, and I was like, and then I ran away like a Phoebe Buffet through Central Park. And ladies, did you catch that Friends reference? That was for you. That was for you. I'm single. So, but at this point, like I thought the nightmare was over. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go in my car. I'm like, cool. But like then all of a sudden, it was like it didn't stop. was like, oh my God, like, I'm trying to figure out like, what happened. Why did this happen to me, you know? And I'm like, maybe this outfit was too sexy. Maybe I was asking for it. Like, it's too sexy. Like, he couldn't help it. He couldn't help himself. He's not a monster. And I was like, all right, now you're being stupid. Now you're thinking like ridiculous thoughts. So I gotta get to the bottom of this. I gotta figure out, was it hitting on me? Was it, you know, a normal hair salon thing? Like, either way, it's totally cool. Don't mind either way. But I just gotta know. Just my own morbid curiosity. So I bring in a third party. Go home and call my friend Ted. Now Ed is the first gay friend I ever had. He's a guy I met in college, a really cool guy. And like growing up Catholic, like you're taught that gay people are an abomination that are going to spend an eternity bathing in hellfire. So I was like, oh, Ted's a really cool guy. Like he's nice. Like he doesn't have horns on his head. Doesn't have like a little tail with a triangle at the end of it or cloven-hoof feet. So it was really cool meeting him. He was very cool, very patient, very tolerant. Like all my stupid questions, he was very, very cool about it. But oh, and by the way you know, like Ted is gay, like a little inside scoop. Spells his name, 2 D's. Double dose, Ted. Which I was making fun of him for. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, if I'm a gay dude, I'm in a bar, and I'm like, hey, what's up, what's your name? And he's like, oh, hey, I'm Ted. Like, that's not sexy. And no matter how you do that, it's not gonna be like, oh, Ted. Not gonna work. Whereas, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm not gay, but if I was, like, I would totally kind of go a little bit further in that direction. Like, I wouldn't just do 2 ends in the show, I'd do like 9 ends. Because, like, dude, gay guys love the village people, right? So my name would totally conjure up that image of, like, the construction worker starting up the jackhammer. Like, hey, what's up? What's your name? I'm like, oh, me? Sean! That's what 2 fucking heads. Like, no doubt about it. So I called Ted, I'm like, hey man, listen, this is what happened. You know, is this a normal thing? Friends with a bunch of gay people. Most of them are probably hairstylists. Is this like a normal thing? I hear like dead silence. And then I hear like a little like, what the fuck is that? It sounded kind of like a monkey hostage, you know? He was like, he'd have the monkey duct tape over his mouth and he's like holding it hostage. But then I realized it wasn't a monkey hostage. It was actually Ted using his hand as a dam to hold back the fucking tidal wave of laughter that was about to burst forth from his stupid gay head at my expense. He's like, dude, no. He's like, I'm friends with a ton of gay people. Most of them are in fact hairdressers, and no, none of them. He's like, actually, I haven't fucked a lot of them. And he's like, no, none of them's ever massaged me ever. And I'm like, really? Like after sex, you were cuddling and massaging? He's like, no, that's really gay. I'm like, that's like ultra. And so, but the good news is the epilogue to that story. Free haircuts and back rubs in Philadelphia. Hey guys, that's my time. Thank you very much.